อืม foot race is on. Towards kitchen we go as Katani here snaking like Cell.
Absolutely dominate Battalion, as not only are they above in points, but the KD ratio.
Element, they have come to play in the grand finals because Nola Flight, you are already cut off by Mirage. You have one more shot at this hill, but you are cut down by Teskey. Look at the snipe, that a prop? He's not just Mirage with the sniper. Maybe we'll get something nice. There it is. Able to clip one. It's going to be 3 in the kill feed there, but there's Mirage.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. It's worth the dumb cold world out there. Kids, grab your coat. Spend a minute, I know now I'm back to wrong. Looking for the antidote. Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame and upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it.
Could be the very end here soon, going in your favor, and Nola Flight, oh my goodness, somebody clip that. Teskey, 180 drop, mostly negative. This is the thing here though, is that Element, they also have these great holds. Mirage when you're winning, but here, again, only the rotation and the clash is about to ensue. Next on over towards this P5, Juju, good shots in.
The point, able to find that first kill, looking for 2, instantly traded by Katani in that corner, and again we have a concurrently white player trying to move in through the back. It's held by Element.
Element, truly in their element.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is going on, AWL fam? My name is Kimchi, and I and Asherock are going to be your casters for tonight's matchup here between Element and Myst. Obviously, this is a pretty big matchup to start things off here for Major 2, but first things first, Asherock, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing somewhat great, somewhat tired because, you know, working on graduating from community college this spring. I mean, LAPC 2023, let's go. But overall, really excited because this is one of the biggest matches and we're not even really in the start of everything yet. I mean, it's Fort Worth Element who did manage to take Major 1 as your winners versus Myst. I mean, really Major 2. It's all down to our top 3 teams of the Gorilla Major 1 results. I mean, I was your desk host for that. It was very exciting. Of course, Element managed to take the top spot as the top dog in number 1 while defeating Nola Flight as formerly undefeated team, who unfortunately ended up in second place with $250 overall, with Acrylic coming in number 3 at $150. Honestly, not too bad at all. But then again, being a Nola Flight, pain. It was rough.
Yeah, that was, it was unfortunate, man, but I mean, all of those teams, they played well, and, Fort Worth, they were the ones that end up being the victors here. Now, here they are going up against Myst, and, you know, let's see if they could still be the top dogs heading into this Major 2. Obviously, you know, the roster, from what I can tell, still looks pretty damn good. It still looks like a top team to beat here for AWL, and, let's see if maybe Myst can change that here. Obviously, they didn't really have the best performance in Major 1, but, you know, hopefully we get to see that as we're going to be heading into here the Sizzle Reel. Elements dropped only 2 maps all of the Major 1 tournament. They were absolutely dominant. Reigning champions, they had dropped Teskey and made a roster change here, so very interesting change per se. And now Prada, you know, the new player here, is he able to prove himself in the AWL? You know, he has some big feet to fill here, so let's see what he could do.
I mean, absolutely, but moving on to Myst, I mean, really one of the top teams, but at the same time, disappointing T9 finish coming in with the Major 1. But then again, with a bit of a refresh, Kex being one of their top players, I mean, really a rat literally in a sense, I mean, could be able to help them out. So a win here would be exceptionally major for them to be able to make themselves a spot in the Major 2. That is 100% for sure. And being able to get a win over Fort Worth Element would be equally as huge, because really you're gunning for the #1 team.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very tough competition already to start things off here, as obviously our featured player for this matchup is going to be Mirage, 86 overall, number 13 in the AWL records. He has an 88 on HP and a 92 on control. This guy is an absolute beast on control, man. And honestly, you know, he is just somebody that could just change the wave of a match in, you know, seconds. He is just absolutely, he could be an absolutely detrimental player to go up against, and, you know, he's one of the bigger slayers for the side of Fort Worth Elements, so you got to see what he's capable of. And obviously, starting things off on this series, we're going to be heading over to Fortress for that map 1, and I gotta say, you know, Fortress, very closed-in map, very, very tiny map, got to do a lot of slaying power here, and obviously Element, they have that. Kind of looking scary here for Myst, but obviously with them having a new roster, you know, maybe things can change up here, Asherbach, but, you know, we got to see. Obviously, you know, starting off this map 1, both teams have to be hot and ready.
I mean, absolutely. With this going into the Major 2, really this is a bit of a refresh for both Element and Myst as well. But when it comes to Albagra Fortress as a map, you saw the last time that Element was on this map. It was against Nola Flight. They absolutely dominated every single point imaginable. Really, it was no contest, and that's what has me so worried about Myst here. I mean, really, this is their mode, but for Element, this is their map.
Yeah, I mean, Element, you know, have always had some great performances here, but let's see how this is going to look. As so far, starting things off, Element going to be the ones to grab the time here. Mirage in this top R position, already going to drop 3 here, going to find the 3-piece to start things off, but gets naded out by Kex. As so far, they're grabbing a good amount of chunk of time here on this P1, but you do see that Myst actually do get the spawns here. Can they hold it down? That's the real question. Obviously, you know, as long as they get Myst off of this time and just Element off of this time and rotate towards P2, you know, Myst can get a decent amount of chunk, decent chunk of time here, as Kex able to find the kill onto Katani to hop in, break through. He's on a 4-spree right now, already thinking about getting that cruise missile in his back pocket. Zeno in this top corner position, trying to see if he can find the kills. Not going to end up happening. That's going to be 2 down for Myst, but they still have the spawns here. Just got to make sure Element does not take that much map control.
And Myst coming in with the absolutely spectacular spawns, but you can see for Element, especially for Mirage, really, this is one of his highest rated modes, so already with the 3-piece coming in the beginning, it's no question as to why he is such an exceptional player, but Myst fighting back and fighting back hard right now, trying to cap off this point right now with only 36 seconds left, but it goes back into the control of Fort Worth Element, contested back and forth, Myst, they have the respawn points and have the points down to a T, but with Element, they're coming in on the flanks and able to get into the back line of Myst, able to catch him off guard and get the kills that they really need here.
Yeah, absolutely, and not only do they get the kills, but they also get the rotation heading over towards P3, and this is going to be a humongous hill for them, because this can broaden up their lead so much here, but Llama 2 going to be able to find a 3-piece to essentially lock down this P3 hold. As long as his teammates are able to rotate to him, this should basically be a lockdown, but they're just not quick enough as Mirage in this top map position, finding a great amount of kills. Katani able to break through as well. Llama still going hard. He is going to be able to find the 7th streak, but he is going going to get taken down just like that by Katani. It's going to be a massive 1v1 here, but Kex going to be able to win it. He needs his teammates' help desperately as he's trying to stay alive, but unfortunately, it is just too overwhelming for them as Element. They're going to be able to break through with a nice 4-man down on the side of Myst. The shot still coming in. Oh, Mirage finding the kill onto Xeno there. And while you know, Myst are able to get a good chunk of time on P3, it does seem like Element going to get the break, get the nice 20, and try and take this lead here. So far, man, it is looking to be a bit of a close hard point to start things off.
Man, remember what I said earlier for Element? This is really their map, but for Myst, this is their mode. However, it's not a guarantee that Element would be able to take this off the bat. You can see at some points they are really struggling and trying to set up proper defenses against Myst. It doesn't matter if they have weapons trained. It doesn't matter if they have trophy systems. I can tell you one thing right now, that Kex absolutely tearing through any kind of defense or route that Element really is trying to pull off. No matter what they have, Kex really is there to absolutely put a stop to it.
Oh my god, Kex is going off right now. The MVP for this Myst squad. He is still doing some crazy stuff here, man. And just paying attention to the KDs. It's definitely Kex and Llama who are just kind of taking care of the slaying power here. And on the side of Element, of course, you have to have Mirage going 13 and 9. He's finding a great amount of kills here, but you do gotta pay attention to Product, who's 5 and 12 right now, not really having the best game. And obviously, you know, him coming in, taking care of Teski's place, you know, again, had a lot of big shoes to fill, and so far he's not really doing it right now.
And absolutely, I mean, really, this is not going in Element's way whatsoever. They allowed Myst to get such a high point gap right now, and Myst, they're very close to capping it at 100 points right now, getting every possible kill, every possible point. I mean, barely giving Element any room to maneuver or any room to breathe right now.
Yeah, now heading over towards his P5, it does seem like it is going to be in favor of Myst, but Mirage in the back right now, able to find the kill onto Open as he's looking to see if he can find some more kills to stop Myst from pouring in onto this P5. It's still looking pretty crazy here as he's finding a good amount of kills, trying to find the streak here as well, but it does seem like Element gonna at least hold down some of this time here. Mirage popping off, he's only one more away from getting the streak, a little turn there, heading onto that P5 and grabbing the remainder of that scrap time here. Now starting off in the second set of rotations, it does seem like it is going to be Myst heading over towards that P1 Element. You know, they're gonna still kind of be very close to them here, but they gotta make sure that they are absolutely holding this down and just getting the big lead. But Katani with a 3-piece to lock down this P1 is looking pretty good for them.
Looking exceptionally good for them right now. Element managed to overtake Myst when it comes to points. I mean, at 118 versus 109 and counting, this is getting very tricky. And if Myst doesn't have the ability to clean it up, really you're letting Element get away with it, and you're only pushing yourself further back to a point where in reality, you're going to lose this game against Element. But Myst managing to make it back to this hard point right now at 118 points and counting overall, but Element at 125, really, it's anybody's game, and Kex, I can tell you, does not want that to happen, and with the multi-kill, this is getting very dangerous for Element.
Jesus Christ. I mean, these are supposed, this is a major one champions here, Astrovok, and so far, they're really not living up to their status here. I mean, just again, they're kind of getting chewed out here from the side of Myst. They're getting slayed out constantly. I mean, I think it was Katani who was on the, Katani Mirage who was on the 9 spree, and I mean, you know, they were doing some great work, but, you know, that's really got to be, they got to see a little bit more coming out of Prada here if they do want to try and take the lead here on this map. They're still going to be able to hold down this rotation heading into P2, but you gotta make sure that you're grabbing as much time as you possibly can here, as Prada gonna try and hop on here, just not gonna find a lot of kills as it is just looking very mixy here, but Myst gonna be able to be the ones to break through, find the break, and get those 30 seconds on the time there. They also gotta make sure they're on top of their P3 rotation, which if you look at the minimap, you already see Xeno is holding it down for his team, and this is gonna be, again, another very big hill if they're able to hold it down successfully. If they get this setup going, that's going to be a pretty big 60 points heading into their favor, and now that's going to make it basically only one more hill for them to essentially hold down and just take this map one. And so far, man, Myst, they are playing different.
you can tell that both of these teams are gunning to try and win this first map. I mean, no matter how many times Element or Myst even manage to take this point and cap it, it's like the point deficit gets smaller and smaller, but here comes the cruise missile, unfortunately not finding any targets, but does provide some optimal information coming in. I mean, Myst, they get the absolute read on this. It's contested, and Kex coming in manages to overtake without question. Dominance not even questioned in this case. Mirage off in the distance, not even able to fight that.
Jesus Christ, Kex is going off right now. He is the one-man gang holding down this P3, absolutely frying right now. Katani trying to do his best to break through, but he is getting shredded. I mean, Kex still the MVP for this Myst roster, essentially just being the dominant player that he absolutely can be. But now, heading into this P4, it is going to look like Myst having the rotation here. I'm sorry, Element going to be the ones having the rotation here. Myst really only one good hold away from essentially locking down this map 1 and taking down the Major 1 champions in this hard point. And my god, it is just looking so good for this Myst squad. I do believe that this is a different roster coming in here, so they're definitely looking very much improved heading into Major 2. And look at this, they're going to be able to actually break through here. Katani, though, going to be the one to try and get it done, but Kex able to trade him out before he can do any more damage. He is playing, he's trying to stay alive here, almost kills his own teammate in Llama. Oh my god, gotta be more careful with that. But I mean, Jesus, man, you gotta look at the KDs once again from Element. I mean, it's both Mirage and Katani dropping 30 right now, but yet they're still losing. Llama with a nasty 3-piece to hold it down. Kex finds the 4th, get that to a 200 point mark here, and Myst, I mean, just looking at it, man, I mean, they are so far, you know, just locking it down. They're on top of their rotations, and they're finding the big gunfights that are essentially locking these hills down for them, man. I mean, even if Mirage and Katani are laying out, it is Myst who are the ones getting the hill time and finding these rotations.
Man, you can tell, I mean, really, both of these teams have had some significant roster changes on either side of Element or Myst, but for Myst right now, I mean, really, they're looking like the Major 1 champions rather than Element right now, and that's saying a lot. Kex, right now, with 33 and 20 overall on a 10 streak, Element is going to be in some trouble big time if they aren't able to come back from this. I mean, Myst, they're able to run away with over 220 points and counting, but right now, Strezzy managing to put himself at 21 and 25, getting those kills against Mirage and Juju, but Prada and Katani on the comeback, and Kex upstairs looking to get a couple of hits in before being taken out, does manage to get a double, but on the side of Element, it looks like plenty of kill streaks ending, and for Myst, looking to be on this comeback.
I mean, dude, you need to see more out of Juju and Prada right now, man. Both of them almost double negative. I mean, Prada's definitely double negative, probably triple negative right now. He needs to step things up immediately. I mean, Mirage and Katani putting in the work, and they're just slaying out the best they possibly can. But now Myst only need 20 more seconds left. Prada, though, gonna be able to find the 3-piece to essentially shut them down in their spawn. Third set of rotations so far looking good for Element, but it is going to have to be a strong hold for them if they want to be able to take this map 1. And honestly, man, with the way that Myst is playing right now, I doubt that they're going to be able to do that. But man, we got to see how that's going to go. Element, obviously, you know, they're still a good team. They're still a solid team. You know, you should not be underestimating them whatsoever here. As Strezzy, though, able to make his way into the spawn for these P2 rotations. If he can find some kills, that is going to be absolutely massive for his team right here. But even then, if Myst are even able to break through here and grab the remainder of this time, that's putting them closer and closer into getting this map 1 victory. And look at this, man, Myst, they're on the rotation. They have the setup going for them here. And as long as they do not allow Element to break through and shut them down, this could be it. But I mean, look at Kex here, man, already about to drop the 40 bomb on the head of Element. And look at this, Zeno trying to push through, but the break is going to be able to come in here from the side of Element. Strezzy with a massive 2-piece to break through. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Myst trying to shut this down. They just got to make sure that they do not allow Element to push through in, but Llama with a nasty 2-piece. Kex got into the third. Juju trying to step in, and Myst with a dominant hard point against Element.
I understand this is just our first game, but in all honesty, this was enough to put Element to shame, and this is game number 1. I mean, you can tell that Myst, they are on a warpath. They are trying to ensure that they do not even give Fort Worth Element a chance to run away with this, no matter if it's in points like hardpoint or even overall. I mean, up by 1, this is the start of something major for them if they don't allow Fort Worth Element to get ahead of them.
I mean, you're going up against a top team here, Asherbach. I mean, Myst, so far showing to be so improved. I mean, this roster is entirely different, man. And to just talk about Element here, man, I don't know what's going on, but Prada, I don't know if that was the right move, man. He is just not, so far has not been able to really get things going. He has had a very slow start to this, to the map 1, and he just really wasn't doing a lot for his team right there, man. I mean, Mirage and Teskey were dropping 30 bombs on the head of Myst, and, they were still kind of, having some problems here. So Myst with a very impressive map 1 victory against Fort Worth here. Now we're heading over to that hotel search and destroy, and maybe this is more going to be in favor of Element. I do believe Element are a damn pretty good search and destroy team, but I mean, they're going to need to start trying to figure out, what's going on quickly. Otherwise, Myst, might be looking to get that 2-0 lead.
I mean, true, S&D, last I remember correctly, was not exactly Fort Worth Element's strong suit, and they almost let their lead slip against NOLA Flight in a lot of cases, especially with this map being Hotel Greenberg. So, for Myst, this might be their chance to make a little bit of a comeback. I mean, you can see on the replay that Strezzy of Myst was getting in those kills, putting in the work, and managed to get rid of a vital trophy system that did allow him to get another pick here on Juju, especially in Llama as well. Was putting in the work. I mean, Prada, I'll admit, on the side of Fort Worth Element, it was like wherever he went, it was sort of like he was lagging behind his teammates, and it wasn't exactly a good look. I mean, sure, he did manage to put up at least 20 kills overall in this game, or even more, but at the same time, it was like Myst managing to capitalize on any time that he was slipping. The same going for Mirage and Katani on those kills coming in from Strezzy once again there on Al-Bagra Fortress.
Yeah, man, I mean, Prada really, just was having a lot of trouble there. And, another thing that I gotta point out, only 10 seconds on the time, my man. I mean, you gotta do a little bit better than that, at least hop on the time. If you're not able to find the picks, hop on that time, get the time there for your team, and at least, do that, man. I mean, you were just kind of putting your team at a deficit. It was practically, let's be honest, it was kind of a 2v4 there for the side of Element. I mean, Mirage and Katani were really putting in the work. Obviously, Juju, more of that slower type player, so this is kind of a expected performance from him, man. But obviously, you still got to kind of put in more work if you, want to take this victory. Obviously, Myst, they're looking different. They're looking incredible on the maps. They were slaying out, and, Kex still looking great. I mean, again, he was always a great player overall, but I mean, he just didn't have the proper roster to be able to, have that great of a performance. And I think this roster really allows Kex to show off his skill properly, man. I mean, he dropped the 40 bomb. He was slaying out. He was going crazy for his team right there. And honestly, man, this is kind of, going good for Kex so far, and so far for Team Myst as well. Heading into the search and destroy, a lot of things that we got to look at here. Obviously, we need to see if Prada is able to at least have a better performance here heading into Hotel. And hopefully we get to see a little bit more of the Juju as well, because honestly, man, if you get all 4 players on that Element team, crying, it could be very problematic here for Myst.
I mean, absolutely. There is one thing that makes a team work so well, and when it comes to that, really, it's all down to chemistry. And with Myst right now in this roster change, you can tell that is doing them some exceptional work. But with the chemistry and the roster change on Element, it's like there's a lack of that, as well as a little bit of communication that does or has fallen apart at some points on the last map, being Al-Bagra Fortress on Hardpoint. I mean, really, this is looking to be Myst's night right now, but you really have to remember that with Element having Juju, Mirage, and Katani, all 3 of those players are still incredibly skilled, and with Hotel Greenberg coming into the mix, this might be their map and even their mode. But if I remember correctly, S&D wasn't exactly Katani or Juju's best modes overall.
Yeah, I mean, again, I really don't see I don't know exactly what happened with that original Element roster. I mean, let's be honest, Teskey, was really doing a lot of work for that team. I just really don't understand what happened. I mean, who knows what the Eternals are, obviously. Could be some drama happening behind the scenes, but, so far, man, this roster change is just not looking good. Obviously, the hit to the chemistry could be kind of the problem here for Element, but, these players, they're top tier players, man. You can't really, you can't really forget that they're still really good and they're still able to really, outperform some of these teams here, even with this roster change. But, obviously I think, they did not expect Myst to go as hard as they did and play as hard as they did. And, I think it's pretty obvious to tell that, Myst is it has a lot of chemistry together. They're much more comfortable together as a team, and, they're looking really, really nice here. But obviously, man, Fort Worth, they're the defending champions. They're the top guys. They're supposed to be having, they should probably be having the start here, the hot start. But, Myst quite possibly could be dethroning these guys, man. Who knows? This is the first. I do believe this is the first matchup of the Major 2. So, if this is how it's gonna start, man, I cannot imagine what the rest of this Major is gonna look like.
Now that I'm thinking about it, right, and I'm trying to get in my mind, seeing Fort Worth Element start this season at 0-1 would be not only massive, but then other teams seeing that. Really, you're going to have everybody jumping at the opportunity to jump you, and that is exactly why you can sense there's desperation coming in for Fort Worth Element right now. And for Myst to be the first ones to dethrone them, this is a T9 team to be gunning for them. This is insane. I'll say that right now. And heading into this next map, if Fort Worth Element can't get a grasp and let themselves pop out at 2-0, even 3-0, this is going to be embarrassing, and it's going to sting for the rest of their careers. I will tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's gonna sting for them, but you can imagine the amount of prowess that, all these other teams might be able to, get out of beating this Fort Worth Element team, man. Obviously Myst, these guys, remember, they did not have that great of a performance during Major 1. They were kind of, having a bit of, problems throughout the entirety of the Major, and they didn't really have that great of a performance, man. So obviously, coming in, starting off Major 2 with a win over Fort Worth Element, that's going to definitely make a lot of people kind of turn their heads with this team, man. And obviously, beating out Element, that's, again, the top team of this league. That's one of the hardest challenges you're probably going to have to face as a team in this league. So if you can take them out right at the start, that could definitely be, a very, very big game changer here, in this Major 2. We could be seeing a lot of, these big teams coming up here and just doing some crazy stuff. Obviously, featured players still going to be Mirage here, man, because, let's be honest, even though they had lost that first map, Mirage and Katani were both still, looking really good. They were finding a lot of great kills on some streaks as well, man, and they were going off as much as they possibly can. Obviously, Mirage still kind of the big slayer. Him and Katani, both the big slayers here for this team still, and it's still obvious that they're able to put up a great performance. But, the big thing has got to be, man, you got to see more out of Juju, you got to see more out of Prada, and you got to see a bit more better team plays coming in from Elements, because obviously, Myst, they aren't looking to slow down one bit.
Absolutely, as we do move on to, and you know what, I'm pulling a quote out of the big book of Kyle Comic on the card here, Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, as we move over to Hotel Greenberg. And with Element, if I remember correctly, set not one, not two, but multiple records here on SNB, especially here on Hotel. So for Myst, even in this first round, they really need to pack this away now if they have any chance of surviving this and not taking us to a 1-1 situation.
Yeah, of course, but that's going to be already 2 down. Make that 3 down for the squad of Myst, and what? Jesus Christ! What a way to start things off. Element with an incredibly quick round here to start things off in the search and destroy. They found all 4 players instantaneously, and I didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Do not tell me that. Oh my god, as fast as that was, don't tell me that's another record we just set here in AWL. I refuse to believe it. As fast as that was, and I couldn't even blink before it happened. Are you kidding me?
I mean, wow. What a way to start things off here. I mean, obviously, Element down by 1, not looking to mess around here one bit. Obviously, they're going to be holding down this mid side, waiting for the push to come in as Prada finds 2. Oh my god, make that 3! And that's going to be all left up to Kex. He finds 2, however. Kex, can he pull off the 3-piece of his own? And he is! Oh my god, the 1v1 between Kex and Kitani, the 2 MVPs of this team, of each of their teams. Let's see what's going to happen. Kex looking to see if he can find the gunfight, but he's got to be careful because Kitani is right there. And oh my god, Kex with the ace to secure the round there. What the hell just happened?
Bow down to your new king of COD. I'm telling you right now, Kex is giving players like Teskey a run for their money right now. With that was an absolutely beautiful 3-piece and a full team wipe coming in from Kex.
I mean, a back-to-back insane performances from both of these teams here, and we're probably not even 2 minutes into this damn game. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is an absolutely fiery start for both teams, and this is going to definitely look pretty scary here, as it does seem like Element, they're going to set up towards this A side and try and see if they can get the plant down. Prada, seeing if maybe he can find some player top secret. Mirage going to be able to find the kill instead, and that's going to be the life advantage here. Strezzy, though, going to find the trade and find Kitani. That's also bombed down. Not entirely sure why Kitani was pushing far out like that, but, I mean, hey, I guess he decided he wanted to go crazy. Xeno, though, can find some kills of his own. Whoa, I don't know what the hell happened there, but he's going to be able to find Juju, and that's going to be the 2v2 now for both of these teams.
You can tell these first 2 rounds were absolutely Element and Myst testing the water, seeing where their strategies would lead them and where they wanted to go in the end. I mean, right now it's on equal footing. You have Llama and Strezzy versus Prada and Mirage. Mirage being one of the stronger players, and Prada finally proving why he is strong as well on this mode and even in this game, with Element taking yet another point, putting him at 2-1 over Myst.
Oh my god, great. Okay, so far Elements, they were able to answer back with an attack round of their own. Seems like they're, looking good on their attack rounds, but we gotta see if they can do the same thing here on defense, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, probably one of the most incredible starts to an SND I have seen as of recent, and, both of these teams really, really trying hard here. You see Juju's 0-3, Llama's 0-3, but man, I mean, Prada definitely stepping things up here, 4-1. You saw him not have the best performance on that map 1. Search and Destroy, though, entirely different game for him, as Mirage going to be able to find the first kill to start things off onto Kex, shutting him down instantaneously, and that's really a really big pick there. That's essentially the main star here for the side of this Myst roster. Kitani able to find that first kill, or that second kill, I mean, onto Xeno. Strezzy, though, trades him out just like that, but he's got to be careful because there are still Element players wandering around the map trying to find their trades, as they still need to get this bomb down onto the A side. They need to make sure that they do not get picked off here.
And absolutely, you really need to be careful. I mean, Mirage is getting a majority of these kills, and Llama wanted to get that pick. Unfortunately, was not able to fire enough in time, but it looks like that Juju being a little distracted on trying to hold that midpoint corridor would not be enough for him, but it will be enough for Element to put themselves up by 1 more point, and Myst kind of straggling behind here a little bit.
Yeah, obviously, I think Element, again, they're turning it up now. That map 1 performance, not how you would expect them to play into a hard point, and they now realize what they're kind of dealing with here. It does seem like they have turned up the heat, and they are looking to really shut down this Myst team. As so far, man, Mirage 9-1, still having an outstanding performance as usual. And man, I mean, this guy has the streak already in his back pocket. What is he capable of doing? Who knows? But back at it again on the attacking round. Gonna see if maybe they can try to get this A plant down. But again, they're just waiting for these players on the side of Myst to peek out and try and find the kills. Hex going to be the one to try and do it here. He's got to be careful, as he does not want to get killed off just like that. Kitani, though, able to find the kill onto Xeno and Couches, but with a nice little trade there, Llama able to even things out. Prada, though, able to find the trade once again onto Llama, and that's gonna, again, another trade coming in. Kex able to find Mirage, and that's that's going to be a giant pick there, as a matter of fact. It's going to be all left up to Juju and Prada. Juju finding his first kill of the game. It's going to be all left up to the man, Kex. What is he capable of doing here in this 1v2? We'll have to see about that. Still needs to grab, or actually, no, I do believe Element need to grab this bomb. Still need to try and plant here. Kex may be in a good position.
Man, and leaving Kex the last one left alive, I mean, time after time again has proven to be such a dangerous situation, especially for a lot of teams. And Element right now, they're down to Prada and Juju. I mean, Juju only just now managing to get one kill, as the last rounds have been nothing but death after death after death. He was at 0-4 at one point. And Prada, also one of the strongest players, finally managing to make a name for himself here on SND, but going against the top rat himself, the man, the myth, the legend, might be a little hard unless you're able to spot him early. But Prada has indeed spotted him and knows the info on he is just heading to kitchen, probably sharing that with his teammate right now. So Kex is going to be running into trouble and a whole mess of grenades, and if he's able to clean this up, would be massive. Unfortunately for him, Element will be able to take that last kill, putting him at 4-1, and they are only a few steps away from being able to put them in a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, I mean, so far Elements, they are looking entirely different right now, and they are shutting down Myst left, right, and center. They are not allowing them to make any crazy plays, and they're just really shutting them down, man. I mean, so far Elements, they have not allowed Myst to really do anything on this map, and they have just kind of been leaving them in this very, very difficult scenarios here. But Myst, they're gonna have to figure out, they're gonna have to start crawling up to the score right now if they do want to see the, if they do want to try and meet up with Element here, as they're going to need to really start doing it now. Otherwise, it could be the end of it. But Prada going to be able to start things off here with the kill onto Llama. That's going to be another one down. That's all 3 players down for the side of Myst. Zeno, last one remaining here in the 1v4 scenario. What is he capable of doing here? And it is not much. Element, bring it over to map point.
I'm beginning to get a little worried for Myst here. In the beginning, I mean, especially with that 1 point that they had managed to get here on SND, they were looking a little strong, and I mean, no thanks to Kex, really, but now it's like they're just running straight into situations that really they try to chow out, and they lose time after time again, and giving Element the upper hand, and really just feeding them here on Hotel like a free continental breakfast.
A free continental breakfast indeed. I mean, so far Element, they have been eating them up, chewing them out, and spitting them out. Myst, they absolutely need to really start getting it together here, man, as so far Element, they have shown to really be the SND demons here, but Kex, like, trying to find some players in mid, but it is a full man B push here. Juju maybe also trying to see if he can get some kills here. That would be absolutely humongous, but Llama gonna find Juju, but the nade comes in to trade him out just as simple as that, leaving it at a 3v3. You see Mirage snaking it like he is Celium in these kitchen headies, not really making it fair here for the side of Myst to try and kill him off. Katani able to make his way through. Mirage finds Strezzy. It is all left up to Zeno and Kex. Kex gets taken down. Mirage looking for the 3-piece, and I don't think he's gonna get it. Prada finishes it off, and just like that, Myst with a dominant map of their own this time. The search and destroy.
Man, and here I am thinking this would be one of their weakest modes, but right now, Element out the bat barely gave Myst any chance to respond, and now level the playing field, putting them at 1-1 overall. I mean, this is starting to get a little tricky. This is getting dicey, as Fort Worth Element, I guarantee you, they are not looking to drop their crown anytime whatsoever. To pack this away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they really just did not allow, they really were just not playing around anymore, man. I mean, they had a pretty damn strong start to the Search and Destroy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, this was probably one of the craziest starts to a Search and Destroy I've ever seen. One of the fastest rounds in the, that I've seen in Search. Then afterwards, you saw Kex pull off the ace of the century with that massive 4-piece. I mean, what a way to kind of start things off, but I mean, Element, they took it over there, man, and they really just ran with those victories, and so far, man, you know, they're looking strong here. Now heading back into Hotel, I do believe probably Mirage's best mode. He was a 92, I believe, on the control, and that's definitely going to be a problem. Yeah, this is literally Element's best map and mode right here. So Myst, they're already kind of having to deal with a very big problem here, as they're going to have to go up against Element in their best map and mode. Now, if they could pull this off, man, they could practically do everything. But, you know, you got to really think, if you're a Myst, you know, you got to start turning some things up, because Elements, they definitely did.
I mean, absolutely. Element threw Myst right from the frying pan and straight into the fire on Hotel and S&D. And now with Element's best map and mode coming up, I mean, this could be some major trouble for Myst right now. I mean, really, they need to figure things out and figure things out now. I like to say, really, you need to keep calm and maybe stop panicking just a little bit, collect your thoughts. Myst, you need to start panicking. You're going against one of the top teams right now in all of AWL, are winners from Major 1, and now that you're in their territory, their home turf, their playing ground, you gotta re-strategize, and you really need to figure things out before just hopping into here like that last map and mode. This is going to get rough and rough very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get into that, we got to go into a quick intermission, and let's see how both of these teams are going to play it out here. Obviously, you know, Elements, they're looking to get that lead here in the series, but Myst, if they can take them out in their own playground, that could be absolutely humongous for them here.
Hey, Nate. How's life? I don't know. It's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. It's what the dumb cold world out there. Kids, grab your coats. Been a minute, I know now I'm back to run. Looking for the antidote to crack the codes. Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it.
All right, and we're back from the intermission. Obviously, you know, we're heading into this control. It is 1-1 right now. Obviously, Elements, you know, they lost that map 1 in surprising fashion to Myst, and now they were able to answer back here heading into that search and destroy, and now they're heading into their playground, that being Hotel Control. I mean, Ashervok, you know, what are your thoughts heading into this one?
I mean, really, my thoughts, Element, this should be a clear-cut, simple answer. That this, being their map and mode, of course, they could take this. But on the other hand, you have Myst with a new roster change, looking dominant in the first game. I mean, really, this could be anyone's game. But if I had to go with anyone, sadly, but in this case, I have to go with Fort Worth. Element, I love underdog stories, but when it comes to the top dog themselves, really, there is no other answer, knowing their supremacy over control, especially with Juju, Katani, and even Mirage, this being their map. Ooh, this is gonna get dirty, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, it absolutely can, but first things, we gotta mention that this Major 2 is being sponsored by the NYXP, so thank you so much for them for being able to sponsor this tournament, and obviously, you know, some big things, obviously already starting off here for this Major 2, a possible upset victory to start things off, that could be really, really crazy, and could definitely show signs of what Major 2 is capable of here, but you know, we got to see what's gonna happen here, man. Obviously, Element, you know, they're still trying to fight for their spot as the kings of the AWL. But Myst, like, you know, they could dethrone them here, man. But you know, this control, it can definitely be problematic for Myst here, but they could definitely get it done. But Elements, you know, they're not looking to let that happen one bit. They're looking to shut them down, and they are looking to absolutely destroy them here. And try to head it over towards a map 4, which, you know, honestly, that can also be pretty crazy, you know. Obviously, you know, paying attention to that map 1, you know, we do know that Myst is a pretty damn good hardpoint team. So if they're able to take another victory, even if they lost this control, if they're able to take another victory here heading into the hardpoint, this can bring us over to a map 5. And obviously, Mirage being our featured player here, you can see it in the stats here, folks. 92 on the control. Oh, he is looking to do some crazy stuff. Already been doing some crazy stuff in the series, but he is looking to absolutely ravage Myst.
And not only that, with Mirage being an SMG player, with this and this mode being control as well, and with that being his highest rating, it's going to get dangerous very quickly for Myst if they are not able to bring it under control and clean this up. Even if you kill Mirage, and no matter how many times you gun him down and thirst him, now you have the rest of the Element roster to worry about coming after you. And knowing how exceptionally technical these players in this roster can get, and knowing how their map awareness has come into play time and time again, I'm not so sure this is going to be another Myst W. In reality, this could be a setback for them, and we could be seeing 2-1 by the end of this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Element, I'm gonna be really shocked if they do lose this map, if I'm gonna be completely honest here, man. Again, this is their playground. This is their bread and butter. If they cannot take it here, man, I don't know I don't know if they'll be able to take this series, but you know, let's see how this is gonna look. Obviously, heading into this map 3, Elements, you know, they're looking to take control here. They're looking to get the lead to really bring the series back towards them. Myst, though, they're also looking to do the same thing here, man. Again, if they can take the control here, they head over to another hardpoint, which, you know, like I said, we know how good Myst can be on a hardpoint. So if they're able to bring it over to a hardpoint already on a 2-1 lead, that's going to be tremendous for them.
Listen, it's like a love-hate relationship with me and Hardpoint. And on one point, I love it, I love watching it, I love casting for it. On the other hand, I hate it because, you know, our Lord and Savior, I should say, our Canadian Asmo here, absolutely loves to bully me for it, saying, Ash, you don't know Hardpoint, it's this and that, you don't know the mode. Listen, I'm trying my best, but for these teams, I'm gonna let them handle them as well, because Hardpoint, with that being Element's best mode, and this being their map as well. I hate it here, man. I'm exhausted. I want to go home. This is horrible. Why didn't anyone correct me on this? Okay, so, control. Still, now you know my plight. Now you know it is full-on caster brain rot here in the booth tonight. Kimchi, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Of course. But either way, looking at this now, Element, they're going to be able to take this A side pretty easily here. Life advantage going towards them as well. And so far, starting off pretty nice here, but obviously you gotta try and take control over this B side if you really want to get it done here. You do see that you got Mirage in that top bedroom, but Strezzy with a massive two-piece. That is absolutely humongous for them there. If he can take over this top bedroom position, he can go crazy, but Katani looking to fish him out here. Oh, but he exactly does that. Strezzy almost got him, but no, not exactly. Katani able to kill him off, and that is another massive power position that's in the control of Element there. They gotta find Katani. They gotta take him out. Katani with the...
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ, going crazy off the rip, but so far Myst able to hold it down. Life advantage still on the side of Element, but maybe not for long here as they're only up by 1.
Listen, Katani, hear me out here, and I'm not going to say this lightly. PC check? I'm joking, of course. But besides that, Element off the rip. I mean, this is an amazing start, but for both teams right now, you can tell the KDs are climbing up and up and up, especially for players like Katani and Kex right now, especially Streezy on the back line, managing to get those kills and get one against Mirage, but not if Katani has anything to say about it, managing to pick him off almost immediately. Same going for Prada in that chow against Llama, but not before Zeno comes in with that pick as well. I mean, really, it's a back and forth race, but Fort Worth Element on the rise. Katani coming in with a double kill against Kex and Zeno.
And they're slowly getting this B-side captured. They're going through fast. They got the stack on. Myst trying to hop back in, but they're already on the second tick. It's all left up to these players to try and get them off, but they're just not able to do that. Element taking this round 1 victory here, and in fairly quick fashion, I must say. You know, Element, they were able to break through, get that A side very early, and they were able to get B in control very quickly as well. And it all came down to the fact that they were holding down that top bed side way more. They were not allowing Myst to take advantage and just utilize that top bed. They were making it theirs all the way through, and, you know, they were just making sure that they had the map control in their favor here. You see Katani with that 5 spree already thinking about getting those streaks in his pocket, and that could be very dangerous here for Myst, as they're already starting off pretty bad here. But let's see what they're capable of doing here on this attacking round, as they're looking to aim towards that A side as well, get it done, get it cleared up, get that extra minute on the time, and let's see what they're capable of doing here, as so far they're starting off hot, finding a nice two-piece there to essentially get as well to utilize it to get the map control there. But you see Prada on that catwalk trying to see if we can find Zeno, and he does. The body shots are there too, no respect given. Strezzy though with a nice trade to at least clear him out, but Strezzy also needed to find these players in the back. You see Juju bottom plat, making sure that no one comes around and tries to push through into bed. A side in favor of Myst right now, but now it is going to have to be 2 minutes straight of non-stop defense for Element.
Man, an eye for an eye. I mean, those body shots, that was just absolute and pure disrespect here on Control, not Hardpoint. That's right, I got it right for the first time. Ash indeed is smart, but besides that, Llama and Kex coming in with the kills on the top players right now, being Katani and Prada. But this is getting intense. You can tell that already there is some major beef and bad blood brewing between Element and Myst right now, this being the first game of Major 2, but here goes Juju, definitely on a spree right now. Same coming in for Mirage, but not before Katani gets that kill on Llama as well. I mean, Myst right now not doing so hot, but Element there on an absolute hot streak.
Yeah, obviously they're getting slayed out right now, and they are not getting a lot of map control in their favor, as Mirage sitting basically in their spawn and just frying them. That's going to be 2 down, however, but Prada finds a kill. Juju in this secret area trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to. The shots from Strezzy are just so clean, and that's going to be 4 down here for the side of Element. They have the bedroom control. They could definitely get some things done here, but that's going to be another 2 down there. That made that 3. They weren't able to take advantage of the 4-man down there, and now Myst in a bit of a problem here. 50 seconds remaining though, so they can still get it done, but again, the map control just not in their favor. They still got to kill off these players in bedroom. Katani in secret as well. I mean, again, Element able to finesse their way through into the bedroom and just lock things down. That is one of the most important positions here on this map. You got to try and get it to your favor if you want to take control of the map, and so far Elements are doing exactly that. And just paying attention to the KDs here, Mirage obviously he's still going crazy, 11 and 7, make that 11 and 8 as he is getting as he got killed off there. Katani also the only other member, actually no, Juju is also positive, but he's also, you know, Katani do some crazy stuff here with a nice 13 on the KD. But let's see if they could get it done here. As Myst running out of time, 16 seconds remaining. They're going to need to start finding these kills and finding them fast. They're also going to need to hop on this time soon. Otherwise, it might go bad for them.
Man, absolutely, and on a mode like control, the L word lockdown, that is so important right now, but the trades coming in from both Juju but Prada managing to get those kills in, giving themselves another win, a point to tack on the board in favor for Element and Myst. No matter how hard they try to make the comeback, it's like I say, high risk with high reward, and for them it's all high risk, no reward, as Element able to get the situational awareness down to a T and cap off with the kills that they need right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just showing why Hotel Control is their best map and mode. They, even though they're not, having the super impressive KDs, they're absolutely just locking everything down and not allowing Myst to get anything done. They are not letting them move from their spawn one bit, and they're just sitting in their spawn as well and just not even allowing them to take control of anything, as Mirage able to find the kill onto Llama to start things off here, trying to find the kill onto the B side. Prada, though, going to make his way through onto P4, looking to see if he can maybe find some players into reception, and that's going to also be another massive power position, a good way for you to get a lot of great kills in the spawn, but that's going to be Element hopping into the time here. Llama with a nice two-piece, Kex able to finish him off, and just not allowing them to spawn towards that B side anymore. You do see them spawning towards Kitchen. Kex trying to go from behind. I'm not sure if he got spotted there by Mirage, but he can definitely do some pretty big damage. Mirage, yeah, he does not realize that. That's going to be another 3 down. Myst with the life lead. Just got to make sure that they do not allow Element to hop onto any of these points. It is going to be a big 1v1 here between Prada and Kex on the A side. And so far, man, Myst, they're starting off strong.
I mean, you can tell that right off the bat. It wasn't a situation of Kex didn't see Mirage. Really, it was a situation of Mirage barely saw Kex, probably got a glimpse of him, but then didn't even know he was hiding there. And Mirage capitalizing on these kills, managing to take out Streezy and Kex at the same time. Prada coming in from the back lines, getting those much-needed kills against the majority of the Myst roster. And Element, I mean, right now, they're giving Myst a run for their money. It's looking like this is Major 1 tournament all over again.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're going to get this B-side in their control just as easy as that. I mean, maybe not super easy, but still, they're able to make their way through. Juju finds his way onto the A-side as well, and gets a nice kill onto Zeno, and look at this. This is going to be Myst spawning very far out here. The stack is coming in. They're going to need to come in quick and go absolutely insane. That's going to be Juju taken down by Stressy, who is on a 4 spree. Llama with a massive 2-piece. It is going to be all up to the Katani here to try and see what he can find, but it's not going to be much. Llama gets the 3 and is going to be able to at least hold it down. They weren't able to get that second tick onto the A side. Myst have a good chance at trying to make sure that they do not allow them to get more map control here, but it's going to be a big 1v1 here between Katani and Llama, but Katani the one winning it there. Zeno, though, ready for the trade to happen, but it is going to have to be a massive kill. Again, you do not want Katani to push through the backline, but look at this. They're coming through. He finds one, not going to find the other. Mirage able to kill him out just like that, but look at this. It is Kex coming in to save the day. Not going to end up happening. Mirage takes him down, and now Elements in fate, looking to try and opt onto this A side. This is going to be problematic.
My god, it's like Mirage is coming in with a little bit of Apex Legends. We're in Call of Duty, managing to bamboozle people left and right, getting in these kills. Absolutely the same coming in from Katani on the double against Streezy and Llama, but Kex with the trade on Katani. But right before that, Juju did manage to come in, and this looks to be it, as Element will tack yet another point on the board, and Myst not exactly in the hottest situation right now. They are now in danger of being sent home in report with Element 2-1.
I mean, yeah, Myst, they put up a decent fight in that last round, man, but again, Element, they know how to play this map. They know it like it is written in the back of their hand. They were able to shut them down left, right, and center, not allowing them to move on the map. Again, they were picking up some major map control here and just really giving it to Myst, man. I mean, Element, even when they looked like they were going to fall, they brought themselves back up and they were able to find the victory at the end of the day here, man. And obviously, again, this goes to show how good they are at the control, man. They, even though, again, they're not the flashiest, they're not going crazy, they know how to play this as a team and they know how to run through it. And so far, man, they're looking to take it.
I mean, absolutely. And a quick reminder, Element dropped only 2 maps in the Major 1, and unfortunately, Teskey did get dropped, so a little bit of an interesting thing going on there, but besides that, I mean, Element right now, and with Prada, a new addition to the roster, looking really good right now, and in their prime almost.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously Myst, disappointing T9 finish at the first major, didn't really perform that well, but I mean, they're looking pretty different here. Can a refreshed roster help Kex? And I do think that actually has helped them out a little bit here, but maybe not against a team like Fort Worth Element. And of course, the win here against Fort Worth to start off Major 2 is going to be absolutely massive for the side of Team Myst. So either way, if they can find this victory here, heading into this hard point, bring us over to a map 5, this could definitely go crazy here, but I mean, honestly, man, even if it does go over to a map 5, we know how Oil Element can be on a Search and Destroy. I mean, that map 2 really set an example here, so even then, if Myst able to win this hard point, get this hard point victory, they're going to have to go up against Element in a Search and Destroy, even though this isn't LS Silo, so a little bit of a bigger map here. Maybe things are going to change up if they do make it to that map 5, but of course, before we do that, we have to go through Embassy, and man, this Embassy map can get pretty damn chaotic. It really can.
I mean, true, for Fort Worth Element and Myst, I mean, for both of them, Embassy is either their map, so it's like you said, this can get pretty chaotic, and this can be very troubling, as Embassy is a map known for short sightlines and close quarters engagements, and knowing that a majority of both Element and Myst's rosters do take the SMG play, this should get pretty wild very quickly, and especially here on Hardpoint, which, as you saw in the beginning of this of maps and modes, I should say, or the beginning of this game, Myst took Hardpoint pretty easily, but not without some competition coming in from Fort Worth Element.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we did not see the best performance here coming in from Juju and Prada. Now they're looking to actually have their guns hot now. Now they're looking entirely different here heading into this hard point. Prada, we kind of questioned whether or not he was going to be if he was the move, man. Obviously had some big shoes to fill when it came to trying to take over Teskey's position, and he really did not perform that well on that map 1. But I mean, map 2 and map 3, he looked entirely different. He looked like he was able to play with the team properly, and now, heading into this hard point, things could be looking very different here. If Myst aren't capable of shutting these guys down right now, I mean, this could already be it. It's really just now or never for the side of Team Myst if they want to bring us over to a map 5 and try to possibly take the series away from Element. But, Element, they have awoken and they are looking to, again, take this away.
I mean, absolutely, and Prada, I will say, may not have looked too hot beginning of game 1, but you can see throughout that and throughout the rest of these games, he's been putting up the numbers and he's been putting up these stats you'd really want to see from a player worthy enough to be signed to Fort Worth Element as well. So it's like you said, he has some huge shoes to fill in the form of Teskey, but at the same time, I mean, Prada right now is looking like $1 million, or I guess you could say looking more like Louis Vuitton and even worth more than a Prada bag.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, great stuff there. But I mean, my god, Prada definitely big improvements throughout these maps. He definitely really showed to be much more of a significant player here for the side of Element, and now it all really comes down to this, man. If they could take this hard point away from Myst, that's going to be the 3-1 victory for them, and they could still easily call themselves the top dogs of the AWL. But I mean, honestly, man, Myst, they're definitely looking a lot more different here, man. They're definitely looking to be a much tougher squad to beat, and, I'm expecting them to do some great things. I mean, regardless whether they win or lose here, this is still, a very impressive performance from the Myst roster currently, and, I'm honestly excited to see what they're capable of here, but either way, let's cut into another quick intermission, and then hopefully once we do come back, we should be heading into this map 4 and seeing if this series is going to be in favor of Element, or if Myst can take it and tie things up, bring it over to a map 5. We'll catch you guys in just a little bit.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. What the dog cold world out there? Kids, grab your coat. It's been a minute, I know, now I'm back to run. Looking for the antidote to crack the code. Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it.
Alright, what is going on, everybody? Heading over towards this Embassy Map 4. And something to point out here, man, the only time Element ever lost was in Game 5. So, now we know that if Myst is capable of bringing this to a Map 5, there is a good possibility that they could actually take down Element as the top dogs here in the AWL. And I'm gonna say this, man, if they're capable of doing that, that's gonna probably be the biggest update. That's gonna probably be the biggest upsets in AWL history.
I mean, absolutely. Let's be honest here. No team wants to go down in the first game at 0-1. And for Element, this would be massive. It's like I said earlier, then they'd really have every other team in the league trying to bully them at every corner and stop possible. And for Myst, I mean, the same goes for them. I guarantee you the last thing they want is a repeat of what happened in the Major 1 tournament where they finished at T9 at least. So really, for both teams, it's super important for this map, especially Embassy. For Myst, it's do or die. And for Element, it's equally do or die, because if Myst manages to win this one, it takes them to yet another map, and then it's going to be chaos all over again. And you can tell that Element is sort of running out of steam that they had in the beginning of this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They could definitely, if they bring this over to a map 5, it could be very problematic here for Elements. Again, the only time they ever lose is when it's a map 5, so, they may not have the map 5 ice in their favor here. If Myst can bring it over to that point, man, it's gonna be scary there for Element. But obviously, we still have to head over toward this map 4. We still have to play this map 4, and we still got to see if Myst can take these guys on. Obviously, Element finding some new life in those last 2 maps. Now, it's gonna all be about what they can do here in this map 4, in this hard point. Are they gonna be able to take it out against Myst, or Myst gonna keep it going, stay alive, and just really bring it to a map 5 and, possibly take down the top dogs here?
I mean, really, for Myst to cut through the fog of war that is Element, that has been shrouding them really this entire time, it's going to take a lot of firepower and the exact amount of communication and chemistry we really want from a team. I mean, that's the same thing that Element has. It's that communication, and you can tell they've been getting better and better as each map has gone on, with the last 2 being S&D and Control going in their favor. But you can tell that Myst is still hungry for it. Yet again, this is going to get tricky, and really, I can't exactly decide who's going to be a winner here. But if anything, I'd have to guess this is going to be yet another Fort Worth Element W.
Absolutely. I mean, the momentum is definitely in their favor here. I mean, 2 map wins in a row. You definitely going to have the, you're going to have the confidence heading into this map 4. But, we can see, we got to talk about it, man. I mean, so far, Mirage, he's playing nice. Obviously, the featured player here in this series, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing and just shutting them down. Katani doing some amazing plays with the SMG. And, Juju and Prada, they've improved a lot, and they are looking on fire right now. So again, Element, they have found new life. They have found they have found the fire in their hearts to make sure that they bring this Team Myst down, and just to make sure that they do not lose it here. They still want to keep that top dog status, but I mean, Myst, you got to imagine, man, that, they know that they have the capability of beating Fort Worth. They know that they might be able to do it. They just got to take this map 4, bring it over to a map 5, and try it, shut it down from there. So this is probably going to be one of the toughest maps, probably one of the closest maps in this series, definitely. And I think this is going to really go all the way here. But I mean, if Element keep playing the way that they are, and if Myst isn't capable of shutting them down here, you know, it's just going to be another Fort Worth victory.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Fort Worth Element proving to be one of the dominant teams already, and we're just even barely at the start of Major 2 right now. And if they manage to take this, it would put them at an advantage. I mean, making them undefeated with only one game overall, but with Myst at 0-1 does not look good on anybody's record or anyone's resume, even in the very beginning of the season. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, this is really one of those predictions where it's like you want to say one thing, but then the dreaded caster curse can come into play, and then we could be seeing a 2-2 tie game.
Of course, gotta be careful what you say here, and obviously some people look forward to, you know, you gotta talk about a lot of these events that AWL are gonna be having here. Obviously, you know, we got Major 2 happening right now, you know, a bunch of, you know, crazy maps and matches that are gonna be happening. Be sure to keep watch of that. Obviously, we have the Women's Open Tournament, you know, definitely something I'm looking forward to. Definitely cannot wait to see what the women of Call of Duty are capable of doing here. And then, of course, we gotta talk about Irvine, man. I mean, the AWL League Major, or I'm sorry, the LAN event. I mean, that's going to be absolutely humongous. I wish I could go there personally, but I mean, you know, hey man, I'm going to be sure I'm either casting or at least watching on the sidelines. It's going to definitely be a fire event. But either way, we're heading into this map 4, and we're going to be seeing what Myst is capable of here. Element, they're on fire. They're looking to be at their tippity top. Let's see if Myst can take them down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the map to do or to die. That is really going to be what both Element and Myst are gunning for here. So if anything, this is going to be one of the most intense maps and modes that we will see at the beginning of this major right now.
Yeah, definitely. So far, Myst trying to see what they could get with the points here, but that's going to be 3 down already off the rip here for the side of Myst. Not really going to get a lot here. Obviously, P1 being that contest kill. Mirage going to see if he can find the kill here onto Strezzy top office, but as long as he holds down this position, it can still be very dangerous for them, as Mirage able to find the kill onto Llama 2-time and just not allowing them to really get into the hill and hold things down. Obviously, they got to focus on making sure that they have these P2 rotations locked down, and it does seem like that is the case. But Strezzy with a massive 2-piece, again, not really allowing them to push onto P1 and get the time here, but you do see that it is going to be Element on the P2 rotation, looking to get the lead here in the series.
You can tell that both teams right now have the map awareness and the sense for where anyone is going to end up, but at the moment with Myst on the point, correction, it looks like this will switch back over to Element, but the grenade kills coming in. I mean, Mirage and Juju, that looked to be a little accidental, but not accidental on that kill coming in from Mirage and Katani on Xeno and Llama, but Strezzy with a little bit of ammunition and firepower of his own coming in, trying to cap this point as well, but will be stunned immediately off the rip. Llama right there, and Katani with a massive double kill coming in with the guns and grenades, but Xeno with a triple on Prada, Katani, and Mirage right now. Are you kidding me?
Jesus Christ, almost made it to the 4-piece there. Juju did not allow that to happen, but Myst, they're going to be picking up some major scrap time here. Oh, but never mind, Juju going to take him down instead, and that's going to be the scrap time going in favor of, oh my god, another team kill coming in from Katani with the stun. I mean, Jesus Christ, team kills all around, but I mean, Element, they're going to pick up the scrap time here. Prada trying to come in, finds the kill onto Strezzy, but Llama with a nice trade to at least hold things down. Going to get naded out by Mirage, who is, again, still on top of his shit. Juju trying to go, Xeno trying to find the kill onto Juju, not going to end up happening. So far, it is going to be Element once again with the rotations heading over towards P3, and yeah, man, I mean, so far, they're kind of again, they're shutting down Myst. They're not allowing them to rotate, and so far, they are frying them.
I mean, absolutely. Element, they know they want to close this game out almost off the rip, especially coming in from Katani at a 9-5 KD overall. I mean, the same goes for a majority of the Element roster. Prada, I mean, not looking too hot. Then again, this is only the beginning at 4 minutes to really top things off, but in comes Streezy, never mind, with Prada and Mirage taking care of that off the rip immediately. Myst not even able to get any rotations in, as every point Element is taking them out.
Oh, but Kexo, he's trying to make it happen, but it's not going to happen at all. Prada going to shut him down before he can get anything going. Prada almost finds 3, but he does not Strezzy does not let it happen. Myst already almost down. Gotta make sure that they do not, get lower here, man. They gotta make sure that they do not, allow Element to cross that 100-point mark and get closer and closer to winning the series, but so far Element, they have literally been knocking them down, and another teammate coming in. Man, these teammates on the side of Element are just absolutely, they're just catastrophic for them, man, but so far they still have a huge lead up against Myst, but Myst, though, able to break through onto this P4 and so slowly but surely shutting them down, not really letting them get any more time here. Now, it's going to have to be this P5 rotation that's going to really help them out, but look at that, it's Mirage not allowing Kex to hop in through P1 and get the time here. Prada trying to come in, and the knife from Llama to get the trade there. And so far, man, Element, they still have the rotation game in their favor. Myst trying to get on it, man, but the setups are just too strong here on the side of Element.
And this is just disgusting. Every point, turn, and corner, Element is always waiting there, whether it be with guns or grenades. But Llama in with a massive kill against two of the high fraggers. Right now, that's going to be an entire team wipe on the side of Element. So Myst, they do manage to retake, but you see that Element, they do manage to pass the 100-point mark at 110. So Myst is slowly but surely closing the gap, trying to get these kills in, but Katani isn't having none of it. He goes in for the kill. The same coming in from Juju. This really could be it. Katani is on a warpath. The Dead Silence coming in full force on a multi-kill streak. Are you serious right now?
Insane stuff coming in for Katani there, the man to break it all, but Kex looking to get him off of the scrap time here on P5. Mirage gonna clean him up just like that. Katani still holding it down on P5, not allowing this to get anything done, but he's just gonna get taken down by Llama just like that, as now we're heading over towards the second set of rotations. It is going to definitely be, it's not really in favor of anyone there, but I mean, really, it is Myst trying to get onto this P1 and again, continue closing that gap. They had a massive hold there onto P5. Katani, though, coming in from behind, gonna be able to find Llama, get him off of that. Kex gets killed off there too. The breaks looking to try and come in here. Xeno trying to stay alive. Xeno finds a massive two-piece there to not allow Element to hop onto P1. Again, this is a huge contest still for them. If they can get time here, that's gonna be great, but it's gonna really be mainly on that P2 rotation. That's gonna be a lot of that time going in favor of whoever has the power positions, but it does seem like it is going to be Xeno holding it down here. If he can find some kills, that's going to be great. Prada trying to fish him out, not going to end up happening. And so far, Myst, they are coming back.
And coming back indeed, I mean, right now, Myst put themselves at 97 points, so honestly, not too bad, but you see Mirage not even giving him a chance, but it looks like that streak will be ended almost immediately before it can even start. A majority of both rosters right now having passed, but even near the 20 kill mark, I should say. I mean, you can tell Katani right now, 2014, so exceptionally powerful. I see why all of the, this is just really sickening. This is disgusting to watch on the side of Element getting these kills off the rip, and Strezzy will not be able to save himself against Katani and Mirage, and I can tell there is some frustration going on with Myst. I would not at all be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely, but you really cannot be having that, man. I mean, so far, they're making the comeback happen, but, I mean, it's still Element. They're just not allowing them to really get as much time off of these hills as they desperately need, but, I mean, as long as Myst get these rotations down on the hills that matter, that could definitely help them out, but they gotta make sure that they're holding stuff down. Strezzy trying to find the kill onto Juju, but Juju staying alive there, and, oh my god, that's another player heading into orange. That's gonna be problematic, and there's a lot that, Strezzy is trying to deal with here, but Prada with the break. Oh my lord, that's gonna be 3 down just like that. Llama with the nade to take Prada off. Mirage just hops onto his place and just gets the time here. This is gonna be massive time here for Elements as well, getting them over that 200-point mark. Myst, they gotta break in, and they gotta break in now. This has to happen. They gotta get these Element players off of this point, and it is gonna have to happen fast. Otherwise, they're gonna be in some really deep stuff right now. But either way, Element trying to hop back on, trying to not allow the kills to happen, but Juju with a massive 3-piece to essentially put the check mark on that P3 hold. Myst hopping back towards P4, gonna need to try and get as much as they possibly can here off of this hill. If they can do that, if they can get a full 60, that's gonna be absolutely tremendous for them, as Element, they are only really one good, solid hold away from locking down the map 4 and being the victors of this series.
I can tell you right now, the devil wears Prada, but for Prada's case, I mean, Prada is the devil himself. As many numbers as he's putting up in this game. I mean, I can see why this roster change is helping Element. This is just crazy. And the same for Myst. They're putting up kills, but for how long can they keep it up? That is the question. At Element, they're on 198. Myst is at 129 and counting. But you can tell that Element, especially Mirage here, is wanting to push in on this. And with the amount of trophy systems that are here, unfortunately, will not be able to. But Katani does manage to get a double kill before Zeno is able to find and spot him off immediately. But Kex, I mean, Myst top dog, that's really so important. But Strezzy saving himself and saving a majority of his team on defense of this hard point. But you look and see that Element, they've passed 200 already. This could get troublesome very fast if Myst can't keep up the defense.
Yeah, they really gotta break this P5 rotation, man. This could be basically where it all ends here. It is gonna have to be a massive break coming in from Myst, and the setup here from the side of Element looking strong. They're able to find Mirage, however. The break looking to happen right now. Strezzy finds Prada. That's gonna be already 2 down here. Here it comes. The push comes in. That's gonna be 1 down. Oh, but Katani with a massive 2-piece Zeno, though, gonna clean him up, and that is gonna be a very, very good break there from the side of Myst, but how long is it gonna last? That's the real question. Not for long, as Zeno gets taken down. Again, back at it again, back on top of this point. Element climbing back up, getting closer and closer to the victory here. But Llama with a 2-piece. Oh my god, it is going absolutely insane. There is blood all over the kitchen floor, and no one's there to clean it up. Katani trying to hop back in. It's not going to happen. I mean, my god, Element still on top of it. They're still holding it down. They could still win off of this hill if they do not, if there's no contest, but that's not going to end up happening, as Llama with a nasty 2-piece to not allow Element to win so quickly. But I mean, they are so far away from victory here. It is going to have to be perfect Call of Duty hardpoint if they do want to take this map 4 and bring it towards map 5. I mean, such a long climb ahead, and it seems like it is not going to be happening.
Man, not just perfect, really, it needs to be phenomenal Call of Duty. I mean, Myst, you can tell they're trying to get these chows, trying to get these contests, and winning some of them, but not even all of them, as you can tell right now, Mirage on an absolute rip, roar, and tear right now through the entire roster of Myst, not even giving them a chance to breathe, not even giving them a chance to recuperate. And I can tell you right now, what is black, blue, and red all over? I'll tell you what, the mangled bodies of Myst as Element cap this off and take one big fat W home.
I mean, that was honestly a good way to start off the season there for the side of Element. I mean, you know, just kind of what you expected here from the man. Obviously, the top dog still reign supreme here. The just absolute phenomenal team of Element still looking to have an absolutely banger of a Major 2. But, I mean, man, you know, you got to give it to Myst here, obviously. They put up a hell of a performance against Fort Worth, and you gotta admit, you know, not really a lot of people were probably going to see that happen. You know, I think everyone was kind of shocked when we saw Myst take the map 1 just like that. But I mean, you know, once you take the map away from Fort Worth, you could tell that they awakened and they took over the series right after that, man. I mean, they were not playing around. Once they knew what they were dealing with, you know, now they knew what they were dealing with, and they were going to shut them down just like that. I mean, great performance from Myst, but, you know, Element, they're still on top.
I mean, absolutely. You can tell in that first game it did allow Element to get a read of the situation and the room that they were in against Myst, and those last 3 maps have been nothing but Element dominance and superiority and supremacy. Myst barely given a chance on any of those maps or any of those modes overall, really.
Yeah, and we also have an interview going on with Juju. So first things first, Juju, congratulations on the victory here, man. How do you feel?
I mean, shit, we're just chilling, bro. You know the vibe. Just here to collect another dub.
Of course. Obviously, you're our Major 1 winners, you know, coming in for Major 2. Obviously, you know, got to expect a big performance to start things off here, man. But you got to admit, you know, Myst, they kind of had your number there on that hard point. You know, it was kind of looking a bit shocking that they were able to take that map 1. So, you know, obviously, after the loss, you know, what was kind of your process heading into map 2?
I mean, we weren't necessarily tripping about the map 1 because apparently Prada had the FPS glitch, so he was playing on 30 FPS the entire Fortress, so he just reset his game, and they kind of just got shit on the next 3 maps.
Yeah, that kind of explains a lot, to be honest with you, man. You know, so, I mean, yeah, you guys just kind of took it over from there, but I mean, you know, again, great stuff. Obviously, you guys are still looking pretty damn gross. Astrovok, do you have any questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, what are your thoughts about your guys' roster change and how it affected your game today?
Honestly, we like the new pickup where you can actually improve in certain things, so we're excited to keep playing. We've only been playing for, I guess, a week or so now.
Oh wow! So you know, not a lot of playtime here, but I mean, you guys, you know, you're still looking gross. You're still looking, you know, as great as ever, man. So you know, I guess a few questions. I guess one more question to ask, you know, before we kind of send this off. You know, do you see any threats here? You know, heading into this Major 2, obviously Myst. You know, they you know, you kind of brushed them off, but now, you know, do you see anyone that you might want to try and you know, be more careful with, or you guys still think you're the dominant team here?
Man, I still think we're the best team here. I did see that one of these orgs dropped their whole roster and go like Dark's team, so that'll be like a good team to play.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Vision, you know, definitely a team to look out for sure. But I mean, you know, that's pretty much it for questions from me. Ash, I don't know if you have any more questions.
I mean, not at this moment, but I will say amazing game coming in from you guys. And if anything, that was absolutely phenomenal, to say the least.
Yeah, great stuff. But I mean, that's gonna practically be it here. Thank you, Juju, for coming in for the interview, and congratulations on the victory once again.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Hey, you too, man.
You too, my man. And that's practically going to be it here. Obviously, you know, just another look at what we have going on here for AWL. You know, we got the Major 2 going on. We have the Women's Open Tournament that, you know, you gotta make sure you check that out, man. Gotta see what the women of Call of Duty are capable of performing here. But you also gotta look at the Irvine land, man. You know, obviously you want to be there. It's gonna be an awesome event. I wish I was able to go, but I know that is definitely going to be a banger. So make sure that you get on it as soon as possible. And yeah, that's definitely going to be it here for the stream. Ash, do you have any final words before we send it off here?
Oh, absolutely. When it comes to that AWL LAN, I mean, I can say for certain you can catch me as well as my boy Golden at the LAN, casting for it and even giving out player interviews. So, I mean, really, that should be pretty exciting. But besides that, for those of you just joining us, why did you come in so late? We've been running this pretty much. I mean, you missed out on a lot. I can say for certain that Fort Worth Element did manage to take this 3-1, and you should probably replay this VOD to see what happened. But overall, we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in with us. I've been Astrovok, and this has been Kimchi, and this has been the Amateur World League.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. It's what the dumb cold world out there. Kids, grab your coats. For the minute I know now I'm back to wrong. Looking for the antidote to crack the codes. Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it'll pull my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons, I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it.